Welcome to Newsbeat LA. I'm Cece Woods, investigative reporter at thecurrentreport.com. So today we're going to talk about the $2 million payout that the County of Los Angeles, specifically the Board of Supervisors, approved to pay Fesia Davenport, the CEO, and they're calling it a severance. That's the official narrative from the county, and the LA Times is pushing that narrative. The LA Times basically is a propaganda tool for the far left, and we've seen plenty of evidence of that. This is not the first payout that has been done in this manner. In 2020, during the pandemic, the County Board of Supervisors removed Sheriff Alex Villanueva as being head of emergency operations. In his place, they put Sachi Hamai, who was the county CEO at the time. On August 28, 2020, an email detailing the impending payout of $1.5 million to Sachi Hamai for her emotional distress that she blames on former sheriff, well, he was then sheriff, Alex Villanueva. And basically she said, he's bullying me. Write me a check for $1.5 million. And they did in a record 10 days time, no documents, no nothing. And this email states the following. Good evening, sir. Please find the attached communication between the sheriff and the Board of Supervisors related to social media allegations. That's what she's calling bullying. There was no formal litigation between Sachi Hamai and the Board of Supervisors. Attorney Skip Miller submitted a request to the Board of Supervisors on July 30th, 2020, asking for the agreed-upon funds and security detail for Sachi Hamai. The BOS authorized Mary Wickham to negotiate with Skip Miller. An agreement was signed on August 10th, 2020. This was not a formal litigation case. On August 4th, 2020, the BOS had a closed session to discuss potential litigation, which I believe is when the agreement was made. I have submitted a records request for the closed session results. Under California's Brown Act, any public expenditure over $1 million must be disclosed, specifically listed on the public agenda for review and comment. The Brown Act is crystal clear. Personnel discussions can happen in private, but financial approvals of this magnitude must be made in open session. Sachi Hamai's was $1.5 million. Fesia Davenport's was $2 million. By calling it a severance settlement, they triggered their own duty to disclose it, and they did not do that. The political corruption machine in Los Angeles is thriving. According to the Los Angeles Times, Davenport, the appointed CEO of the county, received a $2 million settlement in the summer of 2025 after a professional fallout from Measure G. Davenport claims the passage and upcoming implementation of Measure G, which will eliminate the appointed CEO role, caused reputational harm, embarrassment, physical and emotional distress. The settlement appears to be tied to her argument that Measure G changed the nature of her role, undermining her position and causing personal and professional injury. How about just run for office? If you're so confident in your position and your ability to be the CEO of LA County, just run. You already got name recognition. Run for the seat. Why does that cause professional harm? If they decide to change the government structure, make that an elected position, why is that a problem? So let's compare that to Measure A, targeting former Sheriff Alex Villanueva. Measure A, 2022, aimed directly at the sheriff's office, giving the Board of Supervisors the unprecedented power to remove an elected sheriff for, quote, cause. It was written and promoted in the wake of the board's feud with then Sheriff Alex Villanueva, hence Measure A, who publicly accused them of corruption, mismanagement, and retaliatory politics. This is how each measure has impacted their jobs. Fesia Davenport, Measure G. Measure G did not immediately fire her. It simply changed the structure of future governance. She would have remained in office until 2028 when the new county executive position takes effect. We're talking, this is 3 years away, and she's suffering emotional distress right now. Come on, please. We've got some scandals that are looming in the background. Payouts for fake lawsuits, payouts for big lawsuits, $25 million to people who are connected politically to the Board of Supervisors. We've got a lot of shady ass shit happening in the background, and she's been the CEO for quite a bit of it. It does not cause her reputational harm, and she didn't even use a lawyer to negotiate this. They basically handed her an NDA, which you don't need for severance, and they handed her a check. She signed a piece of paper with her signature on it, and she got a check for $2 million. That easy. Alex Villanueva. How did Measure A affect him? Measure A specifically targeted him, a sitting elected official, and effectively stripped the voters of their ability to decide whether he stayed in office. He was publicly vilified by the same board that wrote and promoted the measure against him. He did not claim emotional distress or reputational harm. This was far more direct at him. Davenport's payout was voluntary. Board of Supervisors said, we're going to hand you $2 million because you know what? We just want to hand you $2 million of taxpayer dollars. Villanueva, his targeting was absolutely punitive. And the Board of Supervisors authored a ballot measure that weaponized government reform to undermine an elected law enforcement official. And of course, this is happening still in the far left, post George Floyd, Summer of Love, environment, and why it is so important to vote for somebody like Alex Villanueva, who has integrity and character, doesn't need a $2 million payout, created the Public Integrity Unit for a reason, which Luna shut down the second he got into office.
And when I was campaigning, it was obvious that that office was creating a lot of distrust within our community. So coming in, our new undersheriff, April Tardy, was tasked with looking at it, and I thought she did a superb job of evaluating what was going on, and looking at each case and seeing, we wanted to get as much information as we possibly could to make sure we weren't missing anything, and that more importantly, any critical cases would be referred to the appropriate agencies, whether it was the State Attorney General's office, the DA, or even the FBI. So to answer your specific question about political witch hunts, I didn't see anything that I've read so far. But if I've learned anything in sitting in this chair, I am learning things every day.
That should tell you the integrity of the people that are currently our leaders in LA County and why it is so important to vote for somebody like Alex Villanueva.
This campaign is all about almost building a safer, stronger future. I've walked this path before, and I'm returning with broader experience, more clarity, and a deeper commitment to the people deserve better.
Thank you for joining me on this show. We'll see you soon.